has got you down and you live in town, take a trip down to Pima Street. The people down there are people who care. They will get you back on your feet. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love while you still can. Don't even try to understand the healing grace in your own hands. Put love into action. I know you have heard these beautiful words. Love thy neighbor as thyself. Using BioTouch will help you so much. You'll never need anything else. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction. People who care, they will get you back.
What's going on?
No, it keeps cutting out, doesn't it?
On your feet, put love in. Action, put love into action.
Okay. I don't know what happened.
Don't ask me. I know less than nothing.
But here we are. Hello, everyone.
Hi. Good morning.
So the music didn't quite work, and we had a little blip there. But we're here. It's what is it? September 12th, and my name's Paul Bucky.
And I'm Bev Wood.
Hello, Bev.
Hello, Paul.
So we are excited about these programs on Monday, and we've been waiting all week to do our next one.
Yeah.
So what we wanted to start with today is Bev decided she wanted to read the mission and the vision of the foundation, and we're going to build from there a little bit and teach a little about BioTouch. So here we go. Here.
Okay, right out of our manual, beautiful manual. So let's start with our mission statement. Is to teach BioTouch, an application of the universal principle, love thy neighbor, as a means to alleviate pain and stress and support good health through all stages of life. And our vision is to encourage all people to take responsibility for their own health care, empower them to assist others, and create a community of people worldwide dedicated to service, self-awareness, and recognizing the equality of all humanity, thus forming a chain which shall go on indefinitely. Wow, every time I read that, it just really, I don't know, does something to my heart. Which brings me to a question I have been wanting to ask you for, I don't know, quite some time. And this is the perfect time to do that, to share with everybody else what you have to say. So I've been wondering, when, 27 years ago or somewhere around then, when you and the other co-founders of this organization decided to write a vision and a mission statement for your putting this out into the world, I've always wanted to ask you, where were you coming from? What was going on inside of your mind and your heart to be able to write something so powerful as that?
Well, it's interesting you asked that. I was just in the car. There was this radio song, and it was about Peter Pan. It's some new song out there. Peter Pan, and it was the lost child. Let's see, the lost boy in the world of Neverland. Ooh. And I was like, well, that's me. I'm the lost child in Neverland. And then at the end of the song, it's about how he was free. Oh. And I thought about, that's why I do this, and that's what happened. For a long time in my life, I was seeking that the perfect life and love and peace and all those things, and so
Mm.
dropped out of society, which of course everyone is in the book.
It's
We
in the
have
book.
the book right here, the
Yep.
book here. BioTouch, healing with the power in our fingertips, is my story.
What a story.
But the story, and in there it talks about when I was 5 years old, and my wish was everybody could be healthy and happy.
Mm.
And so my whole life just went in that direction. And so when I met Norman and Carol in this little town in Colorado, the thing that clicked about doing this was when that old man said, one of the old-time ranchers said, Norman and Carol brought love to the Mancos Valley.
Wow.
And I was like, that was it. You know, here in this little town, every kind of person you could think about was sitting there for healing work, and it was all about love.
Mm.
And in that, people were being healed with just this light touch technique where people just touch real lightly on the skin. So when we created the foundation, we had to have our mission statement and vision statement. That was really Norman and Carol's ideal. That was Cheryl and my ideal.
Right.
Was to make a statement that in one sense was unattainable in human nature.
Mm.
But if you didn't have something, a high ideal, what good was there
Absolutely.
in creating an ideal? So we created that based on the premise of all philosophical religious teachings, which is to love the neighbor as thyself, which is about equality. And so that's really about what BioTouch is about. It's about equality. And the interesting thing is, it happens just by doing the technique, by taking the two fingers and touching another individual, especially in that greeting
Mm. Oh,
that
yeah.
we do. Yeah.
Oh, the key.
The key
that
of it unlocks the door,
of
right.
This healing relationship.
Right. And
Right.
it is a relationship. And
Yeah.
so we also wanted to read to everybody about, in our manual also, it talks about, we call the practitioner in the book an associate. And interesting what we say here is the associate is the person who performs the procedures in this manual. The term associate is used as a matter of convenience. However, the dictionary describes the role of one who is inspired to pursue this work as one often in company with another, implying intimacy or equality, and two, one having an interest in common with another. And so that ideal that I wanted to create 27 years ago with a statement, we still do. And it happens just with that greeting. I also just heard this, I was reading this thing about energy work, and they were talking about, in healing work, a lot of times we talk about protecting ourselves and creating a bubble and a white light around us so that we don't get people's stuff.
Yeah, right. Yes.
So
I know.
I always thought, well, where's the equality in that? You know, if I can get your stuff, and I have to create a bubble, where's the love all of a
to
sudden?
protect you from me.
Yeah, the you and the me. Right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so I realized in our technique here, and the greeting really brings people to that equality, and it's sort of in itself its own protection. When I do that greeting, you want to show people where that first point is?
Sure. Taking the first two fingers of your hand, it's this, there's a little fleshy area just below the bottom of the breastbone, and it's just right in that soft tissue. And we always hold each point 6 to 8 seconds. And that is really the first point of the greeting.
Right, and Gary Schwartz, who did our research over at the Human Energy Systems Lab at the University of Arizona,
Right.
said, you know, it's interesting, nobody touches you that gentle in that area of your body, one of the most powerful points in the body, that solar plexus.
Yep.
So it's that was why I sort of like that idea of
Wow.
equality and to love thy neighbor as thyself.
Well, it makes sense to me now because, you know, I mean, a child of 5, how amazing that, you know, even to think about making a wish that everybody be healthy and loved. And I mean, so of course, that's just, you know, pouring out of a mission and vision statement like that would just be a natural state.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm not surprised about that answer.
I felt guilty that I wasn't asking for a bicycle. So I really,
Wow.
Even in that day, I was guilty. So we're gonna continue doing these. These are about 15 minutes long. If you have any questions, you can post it here. I think.
Mm-hmm.
Let me see where you
Somewhere,
can
huh?
post it. You can post it somewhere. I don't know where. Oh, on the page.
We're still learning how to maneuver around here.
And or you can call us direct on our phone 520-751-7751, and I can't tell where we are here, so
Well,
there's video somewhere. Oh well. So we'll just keep going. If you have a question, I think it pops up. If somebody's out there watching, pop us a question and we'll see where it pops up here.
yeah. Well, Cheryl sent us one.
Yeah, Cheryl.
Hello, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl. So we also had another part in this manual that we wanted to share about the equality. It talked about with a simple intent to help one's fellow human beings and proper instruction, and the proper instruction is just, where's our manual?
There it is. There it is. I know.
Proper instruction. Everyone with a similar assistance may be initiated by any individual. No special talent is required to be effective. Everyone, because of their inherent love and compassion for those who are suffering, can perform these methods without limitation. And I always like that inherent love and compassion.
You know, it's so interesting because, since I've been working with this and really, kind of bringing this together with you, for me, when I read something like that about BioTouch, it just reminds me that in that, that relationship itself, that this technique is for everybody. The only word that comes to my mind is the layman. I mean, we're all laymen in that there's nothing special that you need to have to learn this technique and to use it. It's just like that. I mean, it is a unique technique in that regard. And when I read that, that's the equality. That's part of the equality of this technique. Every single person can learn and use this. There's nothing special. There's nothing. You don't have to have anything going on in
Right.
order to step into it.
Right, you just have
It's
to have that
amazing.
inherent love and compassion.
And-
And the interesting thing is, it's inherent in everybody.
It's inherent in everybody.
There's nobody out there who doesn't have that inherentness.
Exactly.
Now, whether we act on it or not is a different thing, but BioTouch gives us a way to act on it.
BioTouch gives us yes,
Yeah.
it really does. And what's inherent in us, in that loving and healing that we already carry, that's why BioTouch just means so much to me, because it just opens the door for all of us at the same level.
Right.
BioTouch is inherent for us.
It is, and that was sort of Horace's song, that first song that we had when we played. Horace wrote that song, Put Love into Action.
Yes.
And we really appreciate Horace for doing that.
Oh yeah. We
And,
do.
If you have questions for us that you'd like us to answer on these Mondays with Bev and Paul, reminds me of Click and Clack.
Or Frip and Frap or something.
We'd be happy to answer them. We just want to take a 15 to 20 minute period of time here
Yeah.
so that we don't burn ourselves out. But you can go to our website, justtouch.com, and you can learn everything.
Oh, everything.
I mean, we have a downloadable version of the manual. We have online trainings where we give you work with a personal instructor to learn BioTouch.
Wherever you are in the world.
Wherever you are in the world.
Yep.
There's no distance any longer.
Nope.
And our goal is to get this out to the world.
That's our goal.
And with Bev as our president of our board now, and we thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Then we will be with you next week with these two fingers. And we're going to end here with Horace's lead-in music again, and we'll see you all next week.
Have a
Thanks.
great week, everybody. Thank you.
If pain has got you down and you live in town, take a trip down to Pima Street. The people down there are people who care. They will get you back on your feet. Put love into action. Put love into action. If you ever want to have any real satisfaction, choose love.